Okay, guys, this is the walkthrough that I have here for my Rails project. It is a CRM. What it is essentially is a recruiting platform for recruiters, for agents. They're always looking for more agents. They're always looking for people to hire. It's a way for them to specialize for this one company. It's a way for them to put in, for agents to go in and put candidates in that they're thinking of hiring or they've shown interest or they've spoken to, and move them through their pipeline to where they're a hired agent and working underneath them. It's also for a way for them to have recruiters that are recruiting people and putting them into a pipeline for that agent. The key here is that recruiters can work for many agents, and agents can have many recruiters. So we have a couple many to many relationships there. And on top of that, there's lots of candidates and there's lots of different stages. So before we get started here, I'm going to reset my database, which is just going to clear out anything that I've already had in there. And one other thing I need to do is I need to pull this up. Before I log in, I'm going to go to make sure I'm logged out. Cool, perfect. Just make sure I was logged out of Facebook ahead of time. That way, whenever I show that portion of it, we'll see everything working. So here in this, I'm going to go ahead and start my thin server. That way I can run an HTTPS server. That way you can see me doing a callback to Facebook to log in with Facebook. Then start SSL. All right. So as this starts up here, cool, it's listening. Let me go to my localhost 3000. Enter. I'm still logged in. Okay, so let me log out real quick. All right, so when we get to a main page, this is what it comes up as. Welcome to Insurance Recruiter CRM. It's a place for you to keep track of all your candidates. Select if you're an agent or recruiter below and get started and sign up. If you've been here before, click the login. So first off, I'm going to create a new person, or I'm going to log in, show you that I can log in. Tyler at email, password, hit login. Boom. So able to log in. I've got some test data already created in here. We'll create a new person here in a second just to show that everything can be created immediately. But we have test data. So we saw that Tyler at email.com was working. If I log out here, let's try and start as a new person. I'm going to say Tyler. Tyler at email.com. Hit create agent. Oh, so I'm not able to sign up because I have my phone number in the wrong format. It's got a format. Whoops, cancel that. But that email's already been taken. So we do have some validations for uniqueness and things of that nature. So we can't re-sign up with the same email. It won't let us since that email's already taken. Hey, I probably should put in here that says please log in. But so let's go ahead and let's sign up with Facebook. Show that path. Facebook. And then never. Perfect. So now if I click on my person, it shows an email address, shows my name. But one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't show a phone number because Facebook doesn't provide a phone number. So let's log back out. I'm going to log in just under the Tyler. So password. So let's log in here. So obviously we're logged in. When we log in, it takes us to a dashboard page. The dashboard page has multiple stages. So basically for the company that's using this, I went ahead and put two people in for each category, and put in some just blank data in my seeds file. But each stage that the person's in, so like an initial contact stage, if they have an interview set, basically with an insurance company, they have to have an affidavit that you don't work for anybody else, or you don't owe money, maybe you're not a felon, whatever, but you have to have an affidavit that they have to fill out. A lot of times to become an insurance agent, you have to take a test, you have to get a license, so you have to study. So that a lot of times agencies will give you a voucher to study for your test. There's a status of studying for your test. Your test is scheduled, pass the test, into contracting, hired. So basically this is step done right there. But I also I wanted to be able to keep people in here for a while and archive them for longer. So archive no longer interested. So they got to one of these steps in here and were like, you know what, this isn't for me. So people could put them in here. But they also got to the ones where, you know what, I received an initial response from them, whether it be a job ad or a job post, and we got a resume, or I talked to somebody and I filled it in, but I just could never get in contact with them again. That's a good place to put these people down here, because you know what, maybe they're just filling out a bunch of information, maybe they found something different, but these are the people that I feel like you've pretty well lost. The archive no contact people are not necessarily ones that you've lost, it just means you haven't contacted them now. So a couple things here. We have a dashboard. We can create a new candidate, and let's just go ahead and do that, and we'll put them in stage 1 for now. And we're going to name this person test person with phone number, email, test@test.com. You know what, let's go ahead and just use all that test data that's already in there. Columbia, Missouri. They're stage 1. We don't have a date of birth. All we know from them is their phone number and their email. Really, we don't even know their address, but we know they're here in Columbia. So we just put in a test email or address for the moment. None of this other stuff. We just hit create. Should route us right back to that person. And you can see all of the information. It's showing that they're assigned to me as an agent. But we didn't assign them a recruiter. So there's not a recruiter that's taking over for this. So if we wanted to, we could say, you know what? Let's assign this person a recruiter. There's no recruiter, or we've got a recruiter in here created as Allison. So let's go ahead and just create Allison as their recruiter. Let's update this candidate. So now you can see we can update that person, Allison Hankins. If we go back to our dashboard, we should be able to see, hey, there's that test person in here. Updated on, there's an updated date in here from the database. We're just calling it based on who was updated the furthest ago, because the further away they were updated, because this is the newest person, but they're showing up at the end because we just talked to that person. We may not have to do as much with them. The people who are up here at the top, they're probably the more pressing issue, so that's why they're ordered in that regard. Interview date, obviously when I made the seeds file, I just threw in random dates in here. These dates have already passed, but as you can see, they're ordered by interview date. Those interview dates would make the person whose interview date coming up soonest be the most important. And we want to know what agent. If you're an agent, obviously those are with you. But if, let's say you're a recruiter and you had multiple candidates and you worked for multiple agents, you could say, okay, well, this person has an interview on this day with this agent. Now you know what's going on there. If we click on the view button, so let's click test person, we can click view and we can see their information. We can edit them again. If we go back, I can hit edit directly from here, and it'll take me directly to their edit page, and it fills in pre-fills in all of their information. So we can change those things. Okay. Lastly, we need to be able to show that we can delete that person. So I'm just going to go view and delete. one of the things I did do whenever I was playing with this. It looks like I need to make this go a little bit further, but we can fix some of that styling stuff later on. If I click delete person, boom, we got a nice little JavaScript window that pops up here. Are you sure you want to do this? This action can't be undone. Absolutely, we want to go ahead and delete this person. Boom, done, gone. No longer in stage 1, no longer in the database. If we create a new candidate. Now, one of the things we do have here, since we have a dashboard, we've got all these different stages all through here. But if I click on stage 1, it's only going to show me those people that are in this stage, because there is a stage candidate or a stage item on there. So in here we can change this information. We can put it in here, but it's only going to show us stage 1. When it is stage 1 here, it highlights the content or what page that we are on. Stage 2, stage 3. So you can click through all of these things. But what I found is when I was on the dashboard, you know what? I'm scrolling so far down here, I don't want to have to scroll all the way back up to the top to reach page or stage 10. I just want to be able to click on stage 10 while I'm down here, and it takes me directly to that page. So logging out here, if I wanted to log in, I could log in with Facebook because we did already create that person. So log in with Facebook should, oh hey, yep, it already found my Facebook. And obviously there's no people in here at all. So let's go ahead and log out. Now let's log in as a recruiter. So I know we've got Allison and her password. Hit log in. Hey, she can see all the same people because they're all the same person. But let's change one of these people. Let's say Emma Anderson is, if we edit her, she's not under the agent. Now, one of the things you can see is I can't change, when I'm the recruiter, I can't change who the recruiter is that's assigned to it. I can only change the agent. Now, if I were logged into the agent, this would say recruiter right here, so this field would be different. But let's change it and just say no agent. And we hit update candidate, boom. So agent, not assigned. So I have it set up so that on this page, if it is no agent, it shows as not assigned, not no agent or default. So that way we know that there's not an agent assigned. We would want an agent assigned before they would go to an interview because they can't interview without an agent. So just a few of the steps here. I saw this as one of the people that I knew that was a recruiter that was doing some recruiting and trying to deal with spreadsheets on and off and people going in and touching them and messing with them, and you know, it was just kind of a pain in the butt for that person. So I was like, you know what, let's create something that makes it easier for them to do what they need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete. Let's make sure that deletes still and show that you can delete when you are just a recruiter. So, and that did delete them out of that stage 1 there. Oh, check one more time. Just let's edit Liam, and we're going to move Liam to stage 2. Stage 2 interview date is going to be 5/24/2020. And we're going to update that candidate. Now, if I go back to the dashboard, because it's showing me all their information here. If I go back to that dashboard now, they're no longer in stage 1, they're in stage 2, and they have the furthest out date, so we don't have to worry about them as much yet because they're a little bit further out from these other ones. So gives us a good way to see who is who and what's going on, and we need to make sure that those things are there. So as you can see, we can edit, we can delete, we can create new ones, we can log in, log out, use Facebook to log in or log out. Basically, it was a purpose-built application to do one thing and one thing only, and it looks like it does everything that it needs to very, very well. So thanks for listening, guys, and talk to you soon.